So let's talk about general information that everyone's going to submit on the profile. For the student filling out the profile with the custodial parent and that parent's current spouse, you're going to list the colleges where the student's applying, and you're just going to list the ones that require the CSS profile. So you're going to select those. And then parents and students are both going to report their 2023 income. This is just like the FAFSA. So the 25-26 FAFSA and the 25-26 profile, which is for students who are in college 25-26, they're going to submit 2023 income. So it almost looks back 2 years. The profile also asks you to project your 2024 income. So it'll say, based on how you're earning income this year in 2024, what are your earnings looking like for this year? So it'll ask for that as well. It's going to ask for your current assets. So as of today, what are your assets? What's in your bank account? What do you have in stocks? What do you have in investments? And that includes any businesses, your business value. You're going to have to list your household members, who lives in your household, and then the number of children you have going to college. So as you're filling out the profile, what's helpful to have on hand is your 2023 federal tax return, because that's where you're going to get most of your income information. It will refer to the line items, which is really helpful. So it might ask for something that'll say, go ahead and go to line 15, grab that number and put it in this field. Grab your W-2s from 2023. Any untaxed income, once in a while appears on your tax return. There's a couple lines that have some untaxed income, but any other income you got that was not taxed, have some documentation on hand of that, and then records of your current assets. In most cases, you're not going to have to submit asset information as in bank statements or investment statements. You might, but you probably won't. They're just asking for an estimate. What do you have right now in your bank account, in your investments? You'll have to report that. As I mentioned, the profile is going to go into a bit more detail than the FAFSA. So it's going to basically ask all the same FAFSA questions about your income and your assets, those ones I just summarized, but there's going to be more detail. So in the parent income section, you're going to have to report tax, Social Security benefits. You've got a foreign income exclusion, alimony, house allowance, workers' comp, disability. Basically, any money that you took in 2023, you're going to have to report. In the asset section, you're going to have to report your primary home. If you see on the right-hand side, this image, it's going to ask your home purchase year, the price, the market value, what you owe on it. Do the best you can in estimating this information. In most cases, the college is not going to ask for documentation. So when asked about home value, just think, if I was asked to sell my home today, what do I think I could get in this market, in my neighborhood? And then your debt. What do you owe currently on the home? What will you not receive when you sell your home because you owe a mortgage, you owe debt? You'll also be asked to report any assets held in the names of your children. That basically means if you have some money, but you've put it under one of your children's names, but it's really your asset, you'll ask to report that. And then your retirement value. What do you have sitting in your retirement account? Not what you put in there in 2023, but what's actually in your retirement. Now, a lot of schools don't use this. They don't assume you want to spend your retirement to pay for college. They just spot check it to see what do they have in there. And a lot of colleges also just skip this question. So just go ahead and put an estimate of your retirement value. But again, most colleges aren't assuming that you can use your retirement to pay any of the college expenses. And then finally, the profile is going to ask about parent expenses. And this is a question that's very helpful to you because it provides a benefit to you in that they want to know of your assets, of your income, what's going to other expenses. Do you have medical and dental expenses that you need to continually pay? Are you paying private school tuition, either for elementary school or secondary school for your student or any other siblings of the student? And do you have education loan payments of your own or for older children? They want to help you out and know, okay, well, they have this income and assets, but they also have these other expenses. And so that's going to help you out to answer those questions and provide that information. For family data, like the FAFSA, you're going to have to list basically your family size, but they're also going to ask for the name of everyone, the date of birth, the relationship of the student, if they're in college, what year they're in, and how much their college costs. If you have two older children who are already in college, you'll need to report that. For students, if your student has already won any private scholarships, a lot of students haven't, so that answer might be 0. But let's say you have a high school senior who's already won a scholarship. Profile will ask about that. And then if you have any employee tuition and benefits that are going to help you pay for college. As I mentioned, there's going to be this special circumstances section, and it appears a few times throughout the application, and it allows you to kind of pick a category. If you look on the right-hand side of your screen, you'll see that your special circumstances, maybe it falls into one of these categories. Maybe you had a change in employment recently, so your 2023 income looked great, but you've had change in employment and it's much less now, and you want to explain that. Maybe you have elder care expenses or medical expenses. You can click any of these boxes, or you can just click other, and then you will be able to type in your message to the financial aid offices. For supplemental questions, again, those are ones that the college or the university has come up with. You'll see those, they'll be added by the college or university, and it'll be noted XYZ University is asking this question. Sometimes they're not required, but it is recommended that you answer them throughout the application.